The UK is now scrambling for answers after a 53-year-old man drove his car through a crowd in Liverpool yesterday, injuring nearly 50 people. Though with that, multiple sources have given conflicting numbers. So whatever the final number is, it feels miraculous that I only have to say injured, because currently it looks like no one was killed and the 11 people remaining in the hospital are in stable condition. And while the police are still trying to work through the whys of this situation, here's what we know. Thousands of people were out in the streets to take part in Liverpool FC's Premier League victory parade, and at some point an ambulance had to get through the crowd to treat someone and a barrier was lifted to let them through, with then the 53-year-old following the ambulance to get past the roadblock before plowing through the crowd. Right, and with this situation, there is footage that is very easy to find that I unfortunately can't show on YouTube because it's YouTube, but you have many saying the footage makes it unclear whether it was an intentional attack or not. Or with some saying it looks like the guy got into the crowd and people started hitting the car and then he drives off into the crowd and it's unclear if he got into there on accident, meant to be there or what. But whatever the case may be with that, first-hand accounts make it clear that it is a miracle that no one died. Right, you had one guy telling the BBC, I saw a gentleman on the bonnet and the rest was just chaos. With him then going on to add, my partner went under the wheel and the car went over her leg. And it could have been a whole hell of a lot worse for him as his baby stroller was thrown like 15 feet down the road. Now with that said, going back to the 53-year-old driver, he's facing a ton of charges right now, including attempted murder, dangerous driving offenses, and driving while unfit through drugs. Or with those last two seeming to be analogous to reckless driving and a DUI. Now with that, as part of the investigation, you have investigators scouring CCTV footage to track the driver's movements to try and get a better idea of what led up to this. They're also urging the public to not speculate about a motive, and they highlighted that they're not treating this as a terror attack, although officially an actual motive is yet to be revealed. So as we wait for more there, as you can imagine, you have a lot of people reacting to the news. Or you've got the King of England saying it is truly devastating to see what should have been a joyous celebration for so many could end in such distressing circumstances, saying our prayers and deepest sympathy are with all those who have been affected. You also had Prime Minister Keir Starmer saying,
scenes of joy turned to utter horror and devastation, and my thoughts and the thoughts of the whole country with all of those that are affected.
And in a tweet, he wrote, the scenes in Liverpool are appalling. My thoughts are with all those injured or affected. I want to thank the police and emergency services for their swift and ongoing response to this shocking incident. And you also had Liverpool FC coming out to address the attack.
On behalf of all of us here at Liverpool Football Club, I would like to extend our heartfelt thoughts to all those who have been affected by this appalling incident on Water Street yesterday evening. This weekend was one of celebration, emotion, and joy spread across the city and our entire fan base. And it ended in unimaginable scenes and distress with this appalling incident.
With CEO Billy Hogan then going on to thank first responders, and then he ended with,
I would also like to thank our supporters who witnessed this event and helped each other where they could. We continue to work with the emergency services and the local authorities to support their ongoing investigation. And once again, we would ask if anyone has any further information about the incident, please contact Merseyside Police.
Right, and then in addition to all that, we saw this situation being used to fuel a culture war in the UK. Right, like when this attack was first reported, you started seeing things quickly, like in before they inevitably claimed that there was no clear motive, with a meme clearly showing they think it was a Muslim man. With then another writing, this is the worst attack in England, Liverpool, was the car driver from a specific community. Though that then led to others pushing back and saying, fucking hell, man, people have potentially died in Liverpool today, and the worst cunts in the world are absolutely licking their lips hoping the guy in the car is Muslim. What a fucking grim world we live in. Which then, on the note of race, once it was revealed that the driver was actually a white guy, it appeared that they moved the goalpost. Or with many of those same people saying they were outraged that the media highlighted that he was white, saying things like, it's insane that the media are relentlessly spouting the fact that the Liverpool attacker is white within 1 hour. But when it's a Muslim attacker, police wait days. Britain is full of Islamic apologists. But for now, as we wait for more information, I will just end this with saying, I'm so glad that it appears that no one was killed in this tragedy. Because in looking at the footage, hearing the first-hand accounts, it feels shocking that there's not a death count here.